My Sikh brother to Lodgen, I do like the guy, even though he can be a waste man, that's okay. Sikhs all criticise other Sikhs, I appreciate that. A lot of people don't like me, fair enough, that's okay, even my own Sikh brothers. But one of the things is, I was a little bit disappointed that you was talking about me and kind of not directly linking me with extremism, but kind of like you may have not known you was doing it, but just inadvertently I think you were saying like, oh, my community is being hijacked by ISIS and your community is being hijacked by extremists like RaJ.
Did I say that?
You did. I'll have to show
Can I listen to that?
I haven't got it on me.
I'm very sure.
But the thing is,
I was when he was here and he was talking about you. Yeah. I was trying my best not to bring you into it because I know you.
Yeah.
So he came here and he said, I'm after RaJ. I went to RaJ. I said, look, that's your problem with him. Yeah.
So
did I mention extremists like RaJ? I want to know that. Did I say that?
I'm sure it's in there. And I will email it to you, but I don't think you've done it on purpose.
I don't think I did.
Even if you've done it by accident, the point is that sometimes when you're talking at the park, I've said things that I didn't think I said, and then when I've looked back, I'm like, whoa, why did I say that?
Are you sure I said that?
Yeah, I watched it yesterday. I This is a double check.
Where did you watch it?
You said extremists like RaJ come to the park who hijacked the religion. And then
I'm gonna listen to it now. So I'm very sure I never said it.
If you didn't say it on there, fair enough.
If he did, he did.
But the thing is that the conversation went on for like 7-8 minutes, and I would like to talk to my Sikh brother anyway. But if he's expecting to come down and like, me talking to him in front of all these cameras, it's not happening. I would have a private conversation with him, and then we'll have a discussion. If he's here just to, and just go for me, fair enough, we'll do it. But I won't speak. I'll stay silent because I don't think it's constructive to have arguments on camera like that. But the thing is, what makes me somebody that's kind of like an extremist? What do you think he thinks I'm an extremist for? Because I don't think I really said that.
I don't believe I mentioned that. I'm very sure I never said your name and extremist in the same sentence. Yeah. But he believes that you was an extremist because you had a video with Tommy.
Peter Sweden.
Yeah. You had a thing with them, so he was here to say, you know what, we're not here for that, we're not supporting that. Maybe you retracted that, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Alright, let me clarify that.
That's what he said.
Let me clarify that video. First of all, I do not agree with the EDL. I do not agree with Britain First, and I agree with you going after them because they're going into mosques and causing mayhem and doing stuff that is unbefitting to any religion, whatever their beliefs are. But the thing is that just because I disagree with their tactics, some things I have a problem with. Like I said here, that there are certain things that have happened to the Sikh community that I cannot ignore. Like one of the things about the grooming situation. I know someone personally who's been groomed, and so I'm not saying it's a Muslim problem, but you can't say that the perpetrators that all done it were all Muslims and they're all from Pakistan. It doesn't mean it's because of the Islamic faith, but there is a common denominator when you start looking at grooming.
So did any of these individuals were involved?
One second. Okay. Tourist man. Wait, when is this door, sir?
Halal.
Ali!
Thank you very much.
Okay. Celebrating the birth of Jesus.
Oh, no way. We don't accept that.
Hold it, didn't say your name though.
But who else is it? It's only one seat at the park. That's going to be me. But you said extremists that comes to the park. Well, whatever Sikhs are here.
See, I said extremist Sikhs. I didn't say RaJ.
Sikh who comes to the park.
He said one of them that comes to the park.
Yeah, and it's only me. So can you zoom around and show me any other Sikhs here?
Let me listen to it again. If I said extremists that comes to the park.
This is his daughter, she made it.
You really give me harder.
That's alright, man. I don't think you did it in a vindictive way, but all I'm trying to say is just because I gave an interview with Peter Sweden, who is on the far right, I didn't know who he was. So one thing I want to clear up with everybody, I was in the city that day, just going through the city. I'm an artist, so there was an exhibition going on. As I was coming out, there's all these marches, anti-fascist march, and there was, I didn't know it was EDL, so I was talking to the anti-fascists. Someone took a picture of me in the anti-fascist march and put it online and said I was with the EDL.
But you had interviews as well.
But then, what happened, when I followed the march, there was an EDL at the end of the march. The fascists were going towards them. I mean, the anti-fascists. A guy comes up to me, he says, oh, are you Muslim, are you this or that? I said, no, and I'm a Sikh. He said, what do you think of this? And I said, yeah, there's a few problems in the country, and I agreed with that. Because at the time the terrorist attacks just happened, yeah, so my blood was a little bit high at the time, and so I had a conversation. I didn't know who Peter Sweden was.
Do you regret that or not?
I regret giving an interview to him because it went on a platform which is far right. I don't regret everything I said. I still stand by what I said.
So let's go with this grooming gang issue. Yeah? Okay. Firstly, we as Muslims, we are against it totally, because if you think about it, Jada, when I first, you know the video I did with her, when she tried to shake my hand. Yeah. Because as Muslims, we don't shake females' hands. Yeah? And same with females, they don't shake males' hands. Yeah. So if I am not even allowed to touch the hand of another female, do you think our religion will condone raping, grooming?
Let me say something. I've never said that because you're a Muslim and because of Islam that people are grooming.
Okay, that's what they say.
That's wrong, because there's a culture. You're Turkish for one. If there's any Punjabis here from the Punjab or from Pakistan, there is a certain mindset, even within the Sikh community, where women have to behave in a particular way, have to dress in a particular way. If they don't do that, we see them as, you know, lower.
Don't you think?
And so I think in the Pakistani Muslim community, that's been kind of like magnified by like 100.
Okay, so can we say, okay, because there's Asian men, yeah, because when you say Asian, you need to understand, maybe bring the figures and say, oh, this percent of them are Asian.
All right, as an Asian person, I need to clarify something. There has been 262, particular grooming case in convictions, 222 have been Asian, and 85% of those have been Muslim. And so I'm a Sikh here. I don't want to be classified as a Sikh being grooming, because Sikhs are not involved in it to that extent.
No, one second.
And there's only been 1 or 2 Hindus.
This is what I'm trying to say to you.
So for me, saying the word Asian is disrespectful to me.
Just because they're Asian and their faith happens to be Muslim, where is the correlation where to say, oh, they are doing this? Has any of the suspects who were grooming said, we do it in the name of Allah?
No one said. I've never said that.
1 second. So if that's not the case, isn't it deceiving and lying to say these grooming gangs, they're Asian, they're Muslim, Islam?
No, I've never said that.
But not you.
Yeah, but we're talking about me.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm saying.
But then you're wrong for saying that.
So to come and make this connection, that's like me saying there's nearly mass shootings nearly every single day in America, Christian country, where perpetrators are Caucasian. The Bible is their book, therefore they're Christians.
And there's a big hypocrisy in the way the news is conducted.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I know that.
So
for me, I'm the first one to say that when the news is being put out there, if there's a terrorist attack by a white person, it's just by a white person or just a normal person. When it's a Muslim, like a guy that shot everyone up and thingy, he could have been a Christian fundamentalist for all we knew, and they could have just said that. So I don't disagree with some of the grievances that the Muslim community has. The biggest problem I have is that certain things here that aggravate other communities, people are not taking responsibility for. One is the grooming epidemic. Whether you believe it's to do with Islam, I don't think it is to do with Islam. There's a culture here. There's a Punjabi culture, Pakistani culture, Sikh culture also has this as well. But something has happened at a toxic mix where they're seeing these girls that are not of the Muslim faith. I'm not saying they're doing it purposely, but because the Muslim girls are more controlled and they're in their house and they don't go out as much, the girls that are not, like Sikh girls, are more allowed to go out more, a bit more kind of freedom. So they've attacked, since the 80s this has been happening. There was a BBC documentary about how Sikhs were trying to combat the grooming of our girls in the 80s. And one of my own cousins it happened to. So when people say to me it's not happening, it pisses me off, because when I know someone and every single one of the perpetrators was a Pakistani Muslim, what do you want me to think?
No, I understand that. We're not saying it's not happening.
But I've talked to lots of Muslim people here, and when I've said to them, look, there's an epidemic, like in my community, let me criticise my community first here, there's a massive problem with alcohol. It's a terrible situation. I used to be an alcoholic. I stopped drinking 6 years ago, and one of the ways I had to do it was to disconnect from my community, because it's so prevalent in there. You can't go to a wedding without there being alcohol. So my community has problems of their own. That I would think, but one of the things is we're admitting it and saying, look, there's a problem. Until you admit there's a problem, we can't tackle it.
No, we understand there's a problem, but we need to look at sexual harassment and abuse as a whole. Because if you look at it, 87% of sexual offenders are white.
Yeah, I know. So you're talking about type. You're talking about type 1.
1 second. No, 1 second. we shouldn't look. I'm saying the grooming problem is an issue. I'm not denying it. I'm not saying these men. I'm saying that's got nothing to do with Islam.
So why are there no Sikhs in there? Or
one second,
why are there hardly?
No.
So proportionally, there's 85% are Muslims.
Okay, so then there's a problem with the Asians. I think the most you can say is it's an Asian problem.
Let me say
and
something.
you fall into that category.
Hold on, bro. You think you're Turkish, you don't understand the dynamics. Pakistani Muslims are same genetically as a Punjabi Sikh. We're mainly all from the same area. So the only thing that differentiates us is nothing to do with race or nothing to do with that. It's just to do with our ideology and our religion. And that's our culture as well. Religion affects culture. Yeah.
So can we say it's an Asian problem then?
I don't want to say it's Asian because
why not?
Because there is not enough Sikhs or enough Hindus within that.
No.
It's mainly, whether you want to admit, it's mainly a Pakistani problem with an element of different people from like the Afghanistani, Iranian. All of them have one common denominator, and this is not me being racist. It's just a fact. And so the thing is, when people start saying you're racist for bringing it up, it annoys me because the thing is that you can't be
called a racist.
But I've been called a Nazi, a racist, an Islamophobe, this and that. I've got no problem with
You're just talking about the facts, yeah? But I'm saying that, for example, pedophilia, yeah? Okay, if you look at it in this country, mainly white men.
Of course.
So, but are we going to go and say it's a British problem?
You can say that because you could say that their culture is bringing out a kind of like a depravity that because they've got no morals in terms of maybe religion and stuff, maybe it's happening.
No, but can I go to Tommy Robinson and be like, you need to sort this mess out, mate? This is coming from your people.
But what
can I say that?
Well, you could if you wanted to.
No, but would it be fair?
But the thing is, you're not looking at the problem in a kind of unbiased way, because if you think about it, there are two types of abuses that the child protection services look at. You've got type 1, which is what you're talking about, which is when they, when you've got somebody within the family that is taking advantage of a youngster because they're raped. So paedophilia, and you've got type 2, which is not paedophilia, which is what the grooming case is. They call it a paedophile grooming case, which has nothing to do with paedophilia. It's opportunistic. They see girls that, they're not Muslim, or they're sluts or whatever, they're dressing up.